What's going on, guys? So I'm going to be going into the Q&A from the video I posted last night on YouTube and the Instagram post I did this morning. First off, I want to say thank you because you guys interacted with it like no other. Within like 10 minutes of my picture on Instagram, which was at like 8 a.m., I had like 15 questions. So thank you for that. I have a lot I want to cover and a lot I want to get into. But before I lose your guys' attention, I got to show you this recipe I just made pre-workout. It is a s'mores mug cake. You just throw it in the microwave. I did it in like 10 minutes, but since I recorded it, it took me like 45 minutes because honestly, probably one of the best things I've ever made. So check this out and then we'll get into the Q&A. Alright, so we will run through the Instagram questions first. I'm going to go to the gym, and then I will get to the YouTube ones because there's a lot there too, covering deloads, which I'll talk about after the gym. But I want to point it out, someone said I was the sweetest thing ever. I love you guys. Alright, so I'm going to get into these. I'm going to kind of push them together because some of them are related. So the first involves like Army PT, my typical day, and how I kind of balance them. So my typical day during the week, wake up here at 4:50 a.m., get to PT by 6:30. PT is from 6:30 to 7:30, and then I have work from like 9 till 5:30. Then I come home and do all this stuff. But at PT, and someone asked what I think of calisthenics. You know, PT is typically like push-ups, sit-ups, pull-ups, run, like body weight kind of stuff. And I'll admit it kind of gets in the way of my workout. I try to base my Army PT off my workout I'm doing after the gym or after the work, because at the gym it's really where I get my real workout in. So I'm not a huge fan of calisthenics. I think they work if you don't have weights, but I would rather train with weights and, you know, squats, deadlifts, bench presses, stuff like that. Is it hard balancing weight training and soreness and then PT with the Army? Yes. Like when I'm weight training, if I have legs and the next day we're doing a run, I will do legs that day whether we're doing a run or not, and I'll be sucking on that run. But for me, cardio, I hate cardio whether I'm in really good shape running or really bad shape running. I just put my head down and run, and when it's over, I'm happy. So I kind of just suck it up. Is it possible to hit your fats in only one meal? Yes, but I don't know why you'd really want to do that. The whole like if it fits your macros thing, really you could eat all your protein at once, all your fat at once. But I still think that you should spread out your macros in a certain number of meals throughout the day, and that's what I like to do. I don't like to like front load a lot of things in the morning or back load them at night. I like to have them evenly spread out. Craziest thing you've seen someone do in the gym? I haven't seen many crazy things, to tell you the truth, even though I've lifted at quite a few gyms. Probably the weirdest thing I've seen is there used to be this one guy at my gym in Georgia who would chew on one of those, you know, those floss sticks. He would chew on those when he was lifting like squats and deadlifts and stuff, and I always thought he was going to swallow it and like it would poke his esophagus or something. Another thing, this guy would always wear sunglasses and all black when he'd work out. It's like he was like FBI or undercover or something. Undercover at the gym. What's your view on keto, and can you get a collab with Jason Genova? And how much do you hate Fort Hood? Keto, you know, when I was in college, we talked about this a lot. I don't think there's any benefit to keto. You need carbs. Carbs are good for you. The only benefit keto has had on people that I've seen is people with seizures have done keto diets and seen great improvements and a lot of decreased frequency in their seizures. So that's really the only good thing about keto that I've seen. I don't recommend keto to people. I would never do keto because carbs are fun and you need carbs. Do you weigh food post or pre-cooked, and does it really matter? I always weigh my stuff after it's cooked. Because think about it, if I'm prepping potatoes, I have leftover chicken, stuff like that, I'm gonna weigh it cooked already. So I just figure I'm gonna be consistent. I was doing this when I was doing contest prep, when I'm bulking, when I'm maintaining. I just always weigh everything after it's cooked. Sometimes if I buy like meat or I wanna make a burger or something, I'll weigh it raw. And I'm not too worried about it. Unless I'm in contest prep, I'm not being super precise right now, but I'm getting ballpark numbers for my macros. If you could go back to when you first started training, what would you change about how you trained? Well, when I first started training, I was a bro, so I didn't do like deadlifts, I didn't do squats, I never really did legs early college. So if I could train one thing or change one thing, I think I would focus then on the program I'm doing now. So have a set program rather than just going to the gym and throwing some weight around. Having a set program, certain numbers, percentages, and RPE scale that I'm shooting for so that I can track my progress. I didn't used to track my progress at all either, which I would go to the gym, I'd be like, I think last week I did 275, so I'll just do 275 again. So if you're really serious about making progress and gains in the gym, nutrition is one. Training and nutrition, like hand in hand. You need to have a good nutrition program and a good training program. What are your set macros for the day, and how often do you take a rest day? My macros right now are 250 protein, 450 carbs, and 90 grams of fat. But tonight, I'm bumping them up to 475 grams of carbs. So that's a new change for me. I'm trying to get my carbs up to 500 before I start cutting. In the spring, I'm gonna do a cut just so I can show you guys, what I do when I'm cutting, and we'll see how lean I can get. Maybe I'll do a photo shoot or something. And how often do I take a rest day? Right now, it's once a week, and that usually falls on Thursdays because, Wednesday or Thursday, because those are like my shorter days and I can just chill out, and I like lifting on the weekends. And then I'll touch on deloads later, so I'm doing a deload right now. For a cheat meal refeed, should there be a goal set before doing it? AKA after losing every 2 to 3 pounds while cutting, for example, or can it be done once a week regardless of outcome? And that's kind of ties into another question too. I'd love to hear your take on refeeds. So when I was dieting for my bodybuilding competition, me and my brother both did one refeed a week, no matter if we lost weight or not. I mean, throughout the whole 16-week diet we did, I lost weight every week, so it wasn't really a problem. At first, weight loss was really slow, but my carbs at the lowest were at 150 grams 2 weeks out from my show. And my refeed days up until my show were 425 grams of carbs. So when I did refeeds, what I would do is I would increase carbs, drop fats, and drop protein a little bit so that my macros were generally in the same range, or not my macros, my calories were generally in the same range, but I jumped up carbs just to kind of get some carbs in the muscles, have energy for the next day, and it always just like mentally and physically just kind of revamped me. How do you balance work, nutrition, and training? And it ties into this one too. How hard is it to keep a YouTube channel while in the military? To tell you the truth, I'm very, very busy. So I'll go from, I wake up at 4:50, I go to PT, I go to work, I come home, I start filming for you guys, doing like my food and stuff, vlogs. I'll go to the gym after I take Leroy for a walk, come back, keep filming, eat, edit videos, play with Leroy some more, and then I'm in bed around 11:30 or 12. But like doing this filming and these videos for YouTube and training, that's not really work for me. That's like a lot of fun. So that's what I enjoy doing. So it is busy. I'm very, very busy. And if I had a family, like a wife and kids right now, I don't think I'd be able to handle it quite as much as I am right now. But we'll see when that time comes. But it is a struggle to keep up with everything. That's why I love my weekends so much. Love, love, love my weekends. And then another part of that question was, do you recommend going blue to green to be a ranger? And are you going to take any athletes to support your supplement line? And what he means from blue to green is going Air Force to Army to go to Ranger School. But you can actually go to Ranger School as Air Force. If you're in the Air Force or Navy, you can go as any branch. It's just that you can't be in Ranger Regiment. If you want to be in a Ranger Regiment, you have to transfer into the Army. But you can still do like a special operations kind of thing in the Air Force, which is like a JTAC. And then there's other routes as well. And am I going to pick up any athletes for my supplement company? Right now, I have Colin Wolf that's sponsored. That's our only one, but I'm very, 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 very picky on who I sponsor because they need to have a large social following just to help build the brand, be natural, practice flexible dieting and IFYM and just know what they're talking about. And they need to want to be sponsored for the right reasons. Because people will ask me, hey, will you sponsor me? I'm like, man, I know you've never even tried my product, so why would you want to be sponsored by someone whose products you don't even know what they're about, you know? They just want that sponsored tag that you can put on the Instagram. So I'm going to be picking up more athletes as I see them coming in, but I am very picky. With all your lifting, how much cardio do you do, if any? The only cardio I do is at PT, so I'd say maybe 3 times a week we do runs ranging from 2 miles to like 5 miles. Sometimes we'll do like a 12-mile ruck march. So I do cardio with the Army, but I don't really do cardio on my own. I'm typically really, I don't want to say easy, but good at staying in shape for the Army. So I can run 5 miles if you ask me to right now, even if I haven't run in a while. Last one. What made you want to start your supplement company, and how did the process take place? Formulating, design, distribution. Did you save a lot to invest before you started it? So check it out. I was a junior in college, and I took out a loan for $20,000, started Bare Performance Nutrition. I mean, this is like the bare bones backbone of Bare Performance Nutrition. Right when I started, did everything on my own to save money. I remember like doing a diet, and I cut up so I could do a photo shoot for the website. Built the whole website on my own at first. So it only cost me like $20,000 to get started with everything. You know, like insurance, products, labels, t-shirts, stuff like that. I've done everything on my own really up until now. It's been a huge learning experience. I enjoy every minute of it. And I hope eventually BPN just grows to something bigger. And then this channel grows to something bigger too, so that after the Army, I can just, you know, I can find something I love doing and use this channel, maybe use BPN and live off that. So, you know, all the formulating, designs, distribution, I've really done on my own. I've met a lot of people throughout the process, and they've helped me out as well too, but it's still growing. So that is the Instagram questions, guys. Thank you so much. Let's get into training and then wrap it up with the YouTube questions. All right, guys, so let's get into these YouTube questions. I'm gonna hit a few and then we'll get into the Deload stuff afterwards. Number 1, have you ever thought of having a restaurant or becoming a professional cook? I have thought about opening a restaurant before, but you know, the restaurant business is kind of risky, especially, you know, in different areas. Down here in Texas and Austin, it would be huge, and I would love to do it. But it's something I really don't have a lot of passion about. I love cooking food. I love taking pictures of it. But really, if I could do anything, I think I would take this YouTube channel somewhere. And I'm really into photography and videography. I'm not like the best at it compared to some people, but I really do enjoy it. So I don't think I would open up a restaurant or be a cook. These kind of go hand in hand. I never do a program. I just train and have a bro split. And I want to build my body. Right now I'm doing hypertrophy work for accessory stuff, then 5x5 on the big movements and compound exercises. And this is exactly what I love doing and what I recommend. I like doing like my strength training with squat, bench, deadlift, and overhead press. And then the other stuff, accessory stuff, just doing volume, hypertrophy stuff, and that bodybuilding kind of split. So there you get some strength training and some bodybuilding training. Is a program necessary? I've been bulking for 4 months, lifting 3 days a week with a split of 10 reps, 4 sets for a workout. I don't think a program is very necessary. I mean, a split helps. And I had a split going through high school and college, and I was very successful, and I competed in my bodybuilding competition doing that. And when I say program, I mean a program that's set on your 1 rep max to set you up for success and improvements. And you know, you can have success without a program that's based on percentages and RPE scales, but I think it really, really does help. And when I transitioned into a program that focused on strength training and had that incorporated, my improvements in the gym and my physique have been huge. So the sooner you can start that, I think the sooner the better. What is a deload? All right, guys, let me get into this deload stuff. So I've been on a deload since Monday, and I'm doing a 5-day deload. You can do a deload between 1 and 2 weeks. And it's really something that's personalized for you. So, you know, this sport, bodybuilding or powerlifting, is great because it's all about, I don't want to say you, but you got to listen to your body. There's no dogma on how you have to do anything. You can reference things and they help, but really when it comes down to it, you make up your mind, you decide what you want to do. So for my deload, what I do is I decrease the weights by 30%. I keep my same program. I only do 3 sets per exercise. And there's a certain threshold I don't want to pass in the gym. So I want to get a good pump. I'm still getting a good workout, but I'm not pushing myself to the extent where tomorrow I'm going to be hurting. And this is a time where your central nervous system can just get back on track, give your joints a little time to heal up, sore muscles, any aches and pains. This is time for them to heal up and go away. And it also gives you time to just mentally and physically prepare for that next week or that next training cycle. And a lot of people take deload weeks in between training cycles. So, the reason I took it is going into last week, I just wasn't feeling good. I was tired, I was burnt out, I really didn't want to go to the gym. I was kind of hitting plateaus and my weights were actually going down. And I wasn't hitting as many reps as possible. And this is why tracking your workouts is so good, because you can see where you're not making progress anymore. So I decided I'm going to take a deload week, rest up, and it's only been 4 days so far. I'm going to do a 5-day deload, so it stops Friday. I start back on track on Saturday. My joints feel better, my muscles feel better. I've been doing a lot of mobility, stretching stuff. That's been helping out, a lot of foam rolling. Mentally is where I've seen the biggest difference. So last week I was like in a bad mood. I was very irritable, impatient. This week I just feel really good. I've been sleeping better, and I just know Saturday when I go into the gym and start training my next cycle, it's gonna be awesome. I'm feeling a lot better. So a deload week is for you to mentally and physically prepare, recover, get back on track, and I really do love doing them anywhere from every 4 to 6 weeks, depending on what kind of training cycle you're doing. So I hope this video helped and answered some questions. If you guys would like to see another video like this at some point, just let me know. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow's video, which is Food Porn Friday. So thanks, guys.